Alright, hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another Wild Wednesday. Unfortunately I had some internet issues, but luckily I managed to fix it. It is because workers from the, as in communal workers, are currently working on internet and telephone cables where I live. So, I mean, it already happened where I had a couple of days where the stream froze, but let's hope that doesn't happen again. Hey there Ahmed, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? And you too Autobot AI, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? And you too Max Power, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Yes, Wish Cash Wednesday could happen today, and looks like it will happen. 67% do want a Wish Cash, or wish Cash. Is that how you pronounce it? Me and always in these these Pokemon pronunciations. I've been a fan of the series for decades now, and yet I'm still not certain about certain pronunciations. Hey there Rayman, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? And you too Luna the Light Fury, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Yeah, I'm streaming late now, I hope that's not a problem. Although I think I will definitely go a bit beyond midnight. Beyond midnight, that always sounds like really ominous. Right, so 60%, 67% Whiscash, however you pronounce it. Then let's go to that cave. Just the words wish and cash combined together. Well, to be fair, the S, there's no H behind the S, so I would have maybe thought, okay, maybe it's Whiscash instead of Wishcash. I think this is, although I don't think this is too important. Hey there Kinox, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Let's hope that this time I'll get the Whiscash and not a couple of what was that last time again? More than 6 Barboaches, that I know. It was a bit extreme. And also the shiny Tentacruel, haven't gotten that one yet. So this is the room where you can get Whiscash in Emerald. I'm not certain if you can get it in Ruby or Sapphire, although if memory serves correct, then no. Hey there random account, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Long time no see, I'm always happy when people come, be it always or daily or after a long time. But just with the after a long time, then I'm certain that you are okay, and that is definitely good news for me. I always like seeing that. Okay, so selected the Super Rod, you should do that too. Look at it, it's the time says 834 hours and 34 minutes. That's a neat coincidence. Right, let's see. So I do get one Whiscash without the synchronizer. So I'm gonna try for that one first. And yes, I'm aware the Pokemon are fainted. Or have fainted, but that doesn't matter, I don't need them to be active. I can still use their abilities that work outside of the battle to my advantage, and that's what I'm doing. So let's go for this one. And Eontimer, at least to me, doesn't make a sound. Let me know if you heard Eontimer, but I didn't hear anything. Are you doing okay? That's wonderful. Hey there, Emo Kid. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I'm doing good today. James landed safely. That's a nice thing. Alright, so with the Takoyaki in front of my party, that is the Octillery, has the ability Suction Cups. And, I mean, it's fainted now, but it will still serve me. of course, when I use the adamant synchronizer, I think I get a lot of more. Yeah, I get more frames. So if this takes too long, I might go for the synchronizer instead. But let's see. Oh, you've been busy? Same. Absolutely, because I will move next month. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do. I just have to say this soon. I won't be joining live for some time. I got a new phone and I might not be able to watch your streams. Hey, no problem. Thank you for the heads up. Wait, are you actually? Well, enjoy it, Keenux. Coughing my lungs out. Oh, has it been a long while? Hey there, Kaiser Kamazin. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? And yes, the Kirby music is nice. I felt like Kirby music now. Just a vibe I want to go for. Of course, if you have any requests, then please tell me. What do you mean hell, Keenux? Your lungs feel like hell? Cruel king or griefer or hatred? Okay, I don't know the context of this. My butt hits enter before typing the O. Oh, funnily enough, I read yours as hello, and then Keenox's as hell, and now I understand why he typed hell in all caps, because for some funny reason I read it correctly, even though you missed the O. Yeah, he landed safely, absolutely, yeah. I can confirm this. Traveling by plane is safer than car, it's just your phobia. Oh, I wasn't really pertaining to that in particular. I was just saying he landed safely. I also say that when someone goes somewhere by car, I just say they arrived safely. At least that's how I've been raised. It's courtesy to say that. I'm moving into a slightly larger apartment, where I have 10 more square meters and like a shared garden. Takoyaki is a great name for an auxiliary. It does look like takoyaki, as in the beige brownish color kind of looks like these. For those of you who don't know, takoyaki is Japanese for octopus balls that are fried or cooked. And it does kind of look like that, even though thinking about it, the name might be a bit morbid, but I was going for a funny name there. Hey there, Fat Boys Gaming Nonsense. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? And you too, Smokey Mario. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Hell. Everybody say hell today instead of hello. Petrol, that's a weird way to spell water. Insert explosion.mp4 and explosion.jpg. Yeah, James is good. Right. Yeah, I don't hear anything. Well, at least I got the visual cue going on as well, so... Right, is that the frame? I think so. There we go. For some reason it was one frame off. Alright. There we go, finally. Why does my stuff always have problems when I wanna stream? For example, the internet didn't really, like, it didn't want to connect at 22. And then I noticed my internet was semi-gone. As in, I could load certain web pages, but the stream wouldn't connect, like OBS wouldn't connect with YouTube, which is weird. You like takoyaki? Do I like it though? Not that much, as in it's okay, but it's not something that I explicitly order at Japanese restaurants. Not that big of a fan of octopus. Guys, what do you think of Taylor Swift drama? Is amazing. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're joking, but whatever drama is happening again, I usually don't pay attention to any drama. And will y'all ever eat Rocky Mountain oysters? Oh, I don't like oysters. That's not for me. It's not that they taste bad, it's just the texture just creeps me out. I just can't swallow it. It's just gives me the creeps, unfortunately. You're tripping? When the kush kicks, am I right? I mean, apparently Callie and Marie from Splatoon's names are a pun on Calimari. Yeah, exactly. Which is fried squid. Exactly, yeah, they are a pun on that. I mean, I also had a goldfish at one point I named Sushi, or another one I named Maki. Not that I ever thought of eating them, because bleh. Goldfish, or just in general, I don't eat carp. At least to me, carp are more pets than food. And I don't like carp anyway, I had it once. It's too gainy for me. I prefer sea fish usually, over river fish. Or sweetwater fish. Splitting Block Tales Demo 1. You wake up in a hotel, you talk to some blue penguin named Terry. Alright, that piqued my attention. You fight him, you get penguin missile, you leave the hotel, welcome to Bizville. Okay, the penguin part sold me, definitely. Now I need to know what that is. Does a shiny barboach count as a Whiscash? Well, no. I did catch a lot of them, at least 6 before. That was the last time I tried for a Whiscash. Let's see if that happens today. I mean, of course, it can be. But, I actually do want to see the Whiscash. That's true. And Pearl and Marina, a pun of Pearl Harbor or something, because Marina is a synonym for harbor. Okay, that I never heard. I mean, Marina comes from marine, that word. Share the same history. And Pearl, obviously, from oysters. Which pearls are technically scabs of oysters. So when they suffer from an injury and they heal, that's when the pearls get created. And that's what they are. Kind of weird thinking about it when you just see a pearl necklace somewhere or pearl earrings. You're wearing the shiny scabs of some mollusk's injury. But then if you really put it like that, honey is bee vomit with some pollen in there, and I like that as well. Really don't mind if they vomit it out. I still love my honey. And is it really that disgusting? I mean, that's just nature. Eating stuff. Eating other cells. If you think like this, you keep finding stuff like that. For example... Okay, that didn't go through. Let's try again. Come on. There we go. But if you eat fruit, you're essentially eating the seed or the, let's say the ovulation of a plant. But we call it apples or oranges or something like that. Or berries. Well, that's just nature. Nature is weird. The more you think about it, the more you see how weird it is. And I've just accepted it. You named a goldfish sushi, that makes me sad. Well, I never had the intention of eating that, and I spoiled him. Murder random enemies, find two people again, this time with a luchador. Are those not these, a specific kind of, masked, what was it again? A masked wrestler from Mexico? Knock them out, find $1, hooray, go into a cave, tame some porcupines. That almost sounds like something from Dwarf Fortress, which is a game that is kind of like, a Dungeons and Dragons session, but you control dwarves, or well, control this may be loosely said, but it's a world that gets generated, and then the most random stuff can happen, like your one of your dwarves can definitely become a wrestler. Really wacky stuff can happen in that game. It's definitely worth checking out. One of these gems, in my opinion, where not a lot of people talk about it, but it's a really good game. You like shrimp? I don't like shrimp that much. Maybe a little bit, but not too much. Like the big shrimp I don't really like. Pigs are very intelligent, that is true. You got 2-foot-long koi fish in your pond. I want to see pictures of that koi because I love koi. Made and build. Oh, hey there, Classic. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Made and build up this character and tried to make him as unique and fitting as his role as possible. And suddenly someone thinks they can walk all over him and act better. So many people here writing or working on creative projects. It's already starting to become kind of hard to keep track of them all. Especially when you got Ahmed over there just pumping out fictional story after fictional story. It's like, wow. Like an automatic weapon, just story, 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 story. Well, I love it. I'm all here for it. Will stream Platinum and a hard gold one day? Yes, I will. Absolutely. And I'm looking to use the Q-Charm glitch in those games. So that will be very interesting. We can do a shiny only challenge in these games as well. Someone thinks they can simply act like all of his lore and experience doesn't exist. Okay, I'm kind of out of the loop, I have to say. It's a funny trend on TikTok of people trying to have kids as soon as possible so their kid won't be Gen Beta. Are you kidding me? That's really a bad reason to have a kid. Just so they can say it's not Generation Beta? Like, what nonsense is that? It'd be much better if they had a kid when they were mentally and physically and maybe also financially ready. Imagine naming a pet pig bacon or dog meat. I mean, wasn't there a pig with I think the hind legs were missing, and it was called Crispy Bacon, as in Chris P full stop bacon, and that was pretty funny. Hey there, James. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I hope your landing was wonderful. I'm glad that you managed to make it back home. It's really unfortunate what happened with you missing your flight by 1 minute. That's just Murphy's Law. Do like that no one questioned me all saying Vaporeon sushi. Well, where's the pizza, sushi pizza now? I missed your message. I think I missed a couple of messages. But which one do you mean? Okay, some vanished on my end. Like they don't show up anymore. That is weird. You aggravated, Classic? How come? That's unfortunate. I hope you'll feel better soon. Getting really close to beat promised Consort Radan. I was one hit away from killing him. Oh, did that happen again? Where you were really close to killing the boss and, well, you died? Oh, that's unfortunate. But I'm very certain, you know, you've been this close so many times. One of these days it's gonna work. Gave a kitty, or no, not a kitty, a skitty computer building kit and accidentally made a pipe bomb. The end. Where's my award for the best story ever? Nah, that's quick but to the point. That's a TikTok moment with the kids. I mean, why does that keep happening? I mean, I just see that I don't use TikTok myself personally, but I see so many stupid trends on there, and even some of them are life-threatening or could be fatal. Or, at the very least, highly dangerous. I'll never understand that. Sushi pizza? Yeah, better not. Yeah, I heard of crispy bacon. I hope they called him Chris for short. I still remember, I mean, that video is just legendary where the news anchor just can't help and he just keeps laughing and laughing about crispy bacon. I'm sorry, but that name is just genius. Joking about Taylor Swift, she got arrested for having weapons and drugs and kidnapping someone who claimed that he was her. Oh, okay. I mean, James, if you're still there, didn't you say that as well about Michael Jackson, that there were so many rumors about him being spread? Oh, lately, I think on Sunday we saw a Swiftie. Luckily it wasn't dangerous. Okay, can you please give me context, Luna the Light Fury? I think I'm... Oh! Wait. The game just crashed. As in, soft locked. It happened again. Yep. Alright, let's... do this. This is annoying. This is very annoying. I hope this doesn't happen again. Come on, Murphy's Law. Can you just leave me alone, please? First, the internet doesn't want to work, or at least the OBS and the stream won't connect. And now this happening again? Reggie Rock incident. Oh, I hope not. I mean, at least a Whiscash failing it, or failing a shiny Whiscash is not nearly as annoying. Oh, I thought this was gonna... I thought I fixed the issue. Do I need to clean the contacts again? Hey there, Philip Farrell. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I have another fail, or not a fail, but as you could see, it froze again. I hope that doesn't happen again. Gen after beta is called Gen Gamma. Gamma is like Gen Alpha, meaning strong. I mean, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, so on and so forth are the Greek alphabet. Which pi, for example, the very famous number, you know, which is commonly used in equations with the area or surface of spheres. Or you can just, it appears in so many mathematical formulas, also in Euler or Euler's identity, as in Euler was I mean, that's how you correctly pronounce the name. And pi is such a number. I know it seems like everyone is dropping lore now, or am I... Nani? I mean, I don't mind. Or I'm completely out of the loop. But yeah, pi is a Greek... it's the Greek letter for P, or at least the equivalent. And we know it as pi, the number, as in that symbol. It's a small or lowercase p, Greek p, and the uppercase is also a symbol that you commonly see in math, especially with products, so sums. No, not sums, sorry, but products is like if you have a multiplication series, a series of numbers that are multiplicated by each other, and if you have a sigma, which is another Greek letter, then that is the S, and that is the uppercase S or Greek S, and that is for sum, as in something plus another term. Just a small math detour. I mean, Greek numbers are used quite frequently in many aspects of human culture. I mean, we use them in math, we use them in astronomy, where alpha is the... If you don't denote a star as alpha and then the constellation, for example, Alpha Canis Majoris, that means that it is the brightest star from our perspective in the constellation of Canis Majoris in this case, which would be the large dog. And there should be no problem with having a kid born in beta generation, like, come on. We should really stop using the Greek numbers for that. That alpha beta social thing has been disproven. This world is doomed to fall into oblivion. God has long forsaken us and abandoned his creations. Yeah, could be. There's no mercy and there's no love in this world for suffering caused by sushi pizza. Yes, that is just the truth, that God has forsaken us because we have created sushi pizza and now he doesn't want to talk to us anymore. It's our fault, guys. I'm active somewhere where Umbreon soup is like a huge inside joke. Umbreon soup in the server for some reason. Okay, not sure why. I thought that was worth mentioning. But you make me laugh, and that is funny. Umbreon soup. Doesn't sound very appetizing. I wouldn't want to eat Umbreon soup. But then again, the idea of eating something canine or feline doesn't appeal to me. Oh, I messed that up. So let's do that again. If you have a son that is born between 2026 and 2040, Gen Beta, would they call him a beta male? I mean, technically, I guess. But you know, it's like maybe it's like in terms of software, where the beta version is much better than the alpha version. The alpha version is unfit for release and unstable. You've been watching Inazuma 11 lately with Iveda. Other than that, not much. Oh, the only thing I really know about the franchise Inazuma 11 is that they at some point use penguins for moves. And those are about all of the totality of all the footage or clips that I've seen from the anime. I like that a lot. Boeing 52 Stratofortress Strategic Multi-Bomber. Okay. Sure. Base Inazuma 11. Oh, we got another fan over here. You forgot Blue, Delta, Gamma, Beta, Alpha, and Blue. If you watch Jurassic Park, then you know. Oh, I mean, I've seen the first movie of Jurassic Park. And then that's it. I haven't watched any of the other movies, so I think that reference just flies above my head. Famous number, you mean 69? That's another famous number, but not for a mathematical reason. Technically 1 or something is probably the most famous number. Yeah, that's a good question. What is the most famous number? I would say 1 as well, yeah. Or 2, something like that, because that's just what you start out with. Some people might not know pi, so how can it be most famous? Okay, to be fair, I'm talking of a mathematical or just scientific background, and a lot of the stuff that I read has pi in it, so I'm really used to seeing pi used mathematically. Why are we talking about pi? Because I like talking about nerdy stuff like that. And I had a random diversion, I guess, and my brain felt like I needed to say what Greek letters are being used for. Astrology? I think you mean astronomy, but all good. Wonder what's in Andromeda. Yeah, I wonder what intelligent life might be there. thing is, couldn't really communicate with them, or else, I mean, the lag would be like millions of years. Imagine sending a hello and having to wait millions of years for an answer because it takes light that long to reach the Andromeda galaxy. And that's where you get the problem. I mean, interstellar communication will definitely be problematic, if not outright impossible, if you're not close enough. And with close enough, I mean, well, let's say 500 light years. As in two intelligent species that have independently evolved and exist within 500 light years. But then again, I think that's just enormously rare. I mean, we're looking right now, so maybe we'll find something. Although I do think that what we're gonna find will be bacterial or microbial. In fiction story, I decided that Jin is a shinobi because I think he's a ninja and he isn't a samurai. So I said, let's make him a shinobi since it fits its character style. Oh, a shinobi that's also a Jin. No, that's an interesting combination. If you have an alpha son but is born in Gen Beta, what would you call him? I would not like really mention their generation. At least my mom doesn't call me a millennial all the time. I wouldn't want to talk to someone who made sushi pizza either. Sylveon's really like bullying Umbreon, it's a known fact. Or is that like your headcanon where the Sylveon is always annoying the Umbreon? Isn't beta in video games, I mean like demo but not final version? Yes, but the alpha version is usually in development, the version that comes before beta. So even less stable. If I'm not mistaken, in the alpha version of Splatoon, there were no characters shooting paint, but it was just grey blocks or grey rectangles. And they called those affectionately tofu boxes. So that would be an alpha, where it's essentially the concept gets tested and the bare bones of the code to see if it at least works out. And then the beta is usually much more advanced. There's so many goddamn penguins, you have no idea. Not enough penguins. 420? Yes, Kinox 420. Anyways, today has been... oh, unfortunate. My car won't unlock, so I can't renew my license plate and I go to courthouse. Then I got rained on. Oh no, that sucks. But how come your car won't unlock? Oh, that is really unfortunate. It looks like Murphy's Law didn't just hit me today. What if the most popular number is X? Yeah, it's always, I mean... teachers always ask you to find it. You'd watch it a lot in Chile. Nice. Turtle. Do you like turtles, Phantom Fox? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Remember that kid that said, I like turtles, and then that's it? And then he became viral. I wonder where he is today. It's funny because when you mentioned pie, I was talking to a friend about making a pie. Yeah, because I can read minds. Ooh. I love apple pie. Me too. You know what? I actually did that once. I made a pie. As in, 2 pie. I made a pie for Pi Day, which is the 14th March. If you take that date and you look at it using the American system, it's 3/14. And that kind of comes close to pi. The number 3.14, and I mean infinitely more numbers than that, since it's an irrational number after all. But I actually made a pie, and I wrote 2 pi on it, because just pi, 1 pi is not a full circle. And nerd me just was like, okay, you need to write 2 pi. For those of you who are math nerds, you'll understand. The way you said astronomy made it sound like some Italian dish or something. Now I'm thinking of Jupiter soups and sun cakes, and what else could you have? Like the word millennial for Gen Y, we should go back to cool words like that. So you prefer the term millennial over Gen Y? I mean, I'm both. But yeah, millennial is a nice term because we did consciously perceive the overturn of the millennium. And a Jinn isn't a genie, he's a dark spirit that takes form of a human who is a shinobi. Oh, I thought he was a Jinn, like the Jinn in the Quran. That kind of Jinn, the creatures that are made out of smokeless fire. At least that's like a thing that is very common in Islamic folklore as well. I mean, I'm very certain I don't need to tell you. But yeah, those kinds of Jinn, I thought it was that. Oh, you've been lucky in Platinum and got another shiny Kinox? Or did you just have a battle where you just rampaged and owned with critical hits and high damage rolls? Tofu blocks and rabbits and squids and octopi. I didn't even know they were rabbits first. That's interesting. In Hindi, beta means sun. I didn't know that. Security system in my car is sort of broken. It's odd. Oh, that is very unfortunate. I'd be really pissed if my car didn't unlock. I hope it doesn't cost too much. One time I hissed at someone in school out of instinct. And I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it still haunts me. Yes, you did mention that before. And it haunts me as in that is a thing where a moment where you keep thinking back and you cringe. Is that what you mean? I mean, if it helps you out, I have moments like this as well where I just think back and cringe. Thought to myself, what was 12-year-old me thinking? That wasn't funny, that was just ugh. But hey, to err is human. Wonder if in the future kids will actually care about Gen Alpha, Beta, etc. Could be. At least I hope so. We do need more caring people in the world. I don't belong to the Gen Z generation, but I don't want to gatekeep or just keep them... How do I say? I don't want to antagonize or gatekeep them at all. That's what boomers did, or not all of them of course, but a lot of them did it, and that's so unnecessary. 2 pi r squared, yeah, that's the surface of a square, no, not a square, what am I saying, a circle. I'm not gonna lie, if I was a number I would be pi, because I'm pretty irrational at times. No one picking the imaginary numbers? March 14th, 2015 was the closest we'll probably get to an accurate pi after the March 14th, 1592. Yeah, that's where I baked a pie. And next year I will actually reach 1 billion not years, why do I keep saying years? No, seconds old. Years, that would be, well... Then I would look fantastic for my age, but no. Next year I will be 1 billion seconds old. And that is approximately 31 years and 8 months. And once I reach 31 years and 8 months, I think I'll do a happy 1 billion seconds birthday. Just because I'm a nerd and I like special dates like that. Surprised you're so knowledgeable about Jinn. Well, I read the Quran, so... And they were mentioned a couple of times. If I if I'm not mistaken, the Satan or Lucifer, an analog in Islam, Iblis was a jinn who refused to bow down to humans, and if I remember correctly, Allah was really not happy about that. No jinn like the normal name, like Kigon Jinn, for example. Ah, okay, I see. Don't laugh at that, Kinox, it was bad. Not yet, but yeah, I've been very lucky with the shinies lately. That is really nice. Be sure to post them in the Discord, I'm always curious to see. Right, I'm gonna take a nap, thanks for the stream as usual. Alright, Kaiser, thank you so much for being part of the stream. And do enjoy your nap. I mean, maybe you will come back, if not, then hopefully we will see each other on Monday. Although I do hope that I'll be able to stream on Sunday, but that isn't 100% certain as of yet. If we don't see each other before then I say as I always do, good night, sleep tight, and do not let the bedbugs bite. Alright. Octorly helping, that is neat. It's cool that you can get the fully evolved forms in Emerald. I think it's neat that you can RNG manipulate these shinies. Nowadays people call boomers as a derogatory term for the generation. Wonder if it'll happen to beta. Well, as someone who has boomer parents who are really not like that, I have to say a lot of their generation, they build up a lot of wealth, and they climbed up the ladder and then took the ladder way behind them so that the younger generations could follow suit. And that is not really that pretty, but then again, you have to acknowledge that not every boomer is like this. But that's where the derogatory term comes from. All 12, that's funny. Now I was like in 11th grade when I did that. It's gonna be some funny thing that you'll tell friends over dinner. It's all good, we all did things like that. I mean, I still do weird stuff, honestly. And I'm 30, you know? Made the playable characters in beta Splatoon white rabbits to show off the color damage effect on players. Okay, that makes sense. Then you can just see the color splats. Usually Gen Y should be having Gen Alpha kids. Usually, yes, but my generation is known to not have that many kids because it's, as I said before, the ladder has been taken away. We do not have as much wealth as the other generations before us had when they were our age. And that just means less kids. They end up going with the squid swimming in environmental ink idea because it made the game faster paced and more fun. Yeah, that is definitely the most fun aspect, where you can just vanish in the ink. Yona is 1 billion years old. Ah yes, you know, kids today, they don't know. They don't know. 1 billion years ago, let me tell you, the animals, they were completely different. And they had manners, let me tell you. Not like the humans here, nowadays. Is it similar to the Bible? In the Quran, in many ways, yes. In some ways, not so much. But it is, like, written in Psalms. But they don't, as in Psalms. But they don't call it Psalms, they call it something else. If I remember correctly, they call it Surah. I also talks a lot about the Quran with, I mean, I know some Muslims, and I always like it. I mean, I'm not religious myself, but I do like talking about religion sometimes. And there's some really kind religious people who I had wonderful discussions with. And I like that. I mean, just because I don't believe in the Abrahamic God or any god for that matter. Doesn't mean that I'm not interested, culturally speaking, in religions. Who invented Murphy's Law? I need to talk to them. Yeah, that Murphy. It's like Newton, he invented gravity, how stupid. Before that we could fly. Believe me, I'm 1 billion years old, you know. Before that we could just fly, and then he just came around, invented gravity and ruined everything. What a party pooper. You're tempted to laugh, and yet you don't? All fun and games until the bedbugs actually do bite. Yeah, I mean, I like saying it because it sounds funny, but I'm actually kind of terrified of bedbugs, honestly. Have you seen the images of infected or just people that have been bitten? It's not pretty. Really not nice. I'd be scared of bedbugs for real. They can give you nasty illnesses as well. Noticing even people in stable financial situations are having kids late, even though having kids late can increase the health risk chances in the child. Yeah, although not by as much as people or the general public thinks it is. It's kind of... The risk is kind of overblown by in vitro fertilization clinics, or not clinics, but you know, these private companies that do that. Adam Ruins Everything has made a brilliant video on that specific topic. But yeah, it's just the financial or just the economy kind of forces a lot of people to take that path, and there's also a lot of people that finally maybe get a house or a nice place to live at 38, and then they want to live a little because, I mean, I can't blame them. If you have a kid, a lot of things, I mean, you have to give up so much time and energy for the kid. You really need to be there. Being a parent is a 24/7 job, and there's a lot of things that you can't do anymore. So really think about it well if you consider having a kid, because your life is not going to be the same ever again. Not 18, forget about the 18 years. I mean, usually your kid exists longer than 18 years after you give birth, at least we hope, right? And they're gonna always be there in your life. You shouldn't just kick them out and then forget about them. Once called my teacher dad, and one time I said mom. Same happened to me as well, Amit. You don't drink, but for some reason you started drinking again. Don't drink and smoke while pregnant. It's extremely bad for child. I never drank or smoke, as in I never tried to get drunk. I have tried alcohol before, as in a couple of sips, but I never liked anything that much. So I don't go out of my way and buy it, and can't even remember the last time I had a sip of alcohol, but I just don't need it. And I also have zero incentive to smoke cigarettes or vape e-cigars, something like that. I have zero interest in doing that. I've never started doing that. I mean, I've never had a cigarette in my life. And I don't plan on doing that. Especially not while pregnant. That is just horrendous. I mean, fetal alcohol syndrome is a serious matter. Unfortunately, whenever I see religion in most contexts, it really gives me a very negative feeling. And I know that's bad bias I have. Okay, I kind of understand why. I get what you mean, Smokey. But I still try to have at least conversations about religion that don't evoke that negative feeling. But yeah, very often the church or like religious extremists, they kind of ruin it. I hate talking about religion because I only talk about religion when I'm talking to someone who respects my opinion, while talking to me like an adult. I do hope that I come across as respecting your opinion. At least all the friends that I have who are religious, I don't try to undermine their religion. I don't try to make them believe in something else, even though I am I am an atheist. Or an agnostic atheist. Or a 6.9 on the Dawkins scale if you really want to know it 100%. But yeah, I am completely tolerant unless people start using their religion as a justification to suppress others. That is where I draw the line and where I say no, this is not okay. Yeah, don't discover gravity. Talking to religious people, do you talk about controversial topics like abortion and LGBTQ? Yes. And a lot of them actually are really, at least in Europe, I mean, I know a lot of Christians and Muslims, they have absolutely no problem with these two. But, as I said, there's some really liberal or maybe progressive Christians and Muslims that I know. Maybe in the US it's rather conservative ones that exist. I mean, I know a Muslim who drinks alcohol, and I mean, I am an atheist and I don't drink any alcohol. Today I talked to a scientific researcher about religion, and even though we had different opinions, he did convince me that there's a chance that God is real, and he did that without being a toxic person. I mean, I'm not, that is my personal argument or opinion, is that I cannot be 100% certain. There could be a God, maybe, but I don't think there is one, as in what I see from the evidence. But I'm not completely excluding the possibility of a God existing. I don't think I'm having a kid. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of responsibility. And you really should only have one when you really want it and if you're good with kids. I wonder if having kids is as difficult as people always make it out to be. It is, I mean, it's like a really big commitment. Especially nowadays with how our society is structured, you know? Where it's often just one person being there 24/7 and then another one working, and then very often later both parents have to work. Grandparents might not have time, or they can't help out because of health issues, or maybe they're not there anymore because they are deceased, or there's no contact. You know, we don't live in tribes anymore as we did back then when we were hunter-gatherers. And that makes child rearing definitely more a difficult task, I would say. And there's just so many things that you can mess up. And as always, just like the Star Trek quote, you can do everything correctly and still fail. That's just an unfortunate reality. Especially unfortunate if you know or realize that you can traumatize a kid. Or you can have a traumatized kid even though you did everything correctly. Or your kid could maybe get the wrong friends and then drift off into a world where you wouldn't think that would happen. Of course, I bet that the nice moments are absolutely worth it. But we just need to be realistic about having kids, you know? When I see religion, it just makes me think of all the people using religion to control people and for horrible things. My own struggles with fearing hell and coming to terms with the fact that I didn't believe. Oh, I see, you were forced to be afraid of hell, weren't you? I'm very sorry, that is abuse in my eyes as well. But, I don't know if you're still Christian, but I would say that if a omnipotent, omniscient and omnibenevolent God exists, as in a loving God like Christians say he is, then I would not fear anything, and I would, like, I'm 100% certain that he would accept trans people. And at least logically speaking, hell should be empty. Hidakio plays, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Really like cocktails and I cannot get pregnant, I think. Oh, you think? I mean, you gotta know that. Too gay to be religious. Fair enough. Do you know if smoking or drinking is also bad for the father, like it affecting the sperm? Yes, it does. It does. There's definitely data on that. Try not to smoke. Fingers crossed that it will work out for you, Kinox. From what I've heard, nicotine addictions are really freaking impossible, almost impossible to get rid of. At least when if I think about all the people who I know personally who smoke, as in smoke cigarettes, they are having a really hard time to quit, and only a couple of them could quit at all. Like, the vast majority can't. And I don't blame you. Seems to be really addictive when I compare it when you look at brain scans. It's like on the level as heroin or what else, like crack, cocaine. Super addictive. Assuming you live in a more progressive country, yes. So that's the type of religious people that would choose to move there. Or that just live there because that's our culture. I went to a furry summer party once and they had vanilla yogurt flavored cocktails there for free. It was so tasty I may or may not have gotten too many. Oh, and let me guess, they were so sweet you didn't taste the alcohol and then you were seeing everything twice. Something like that happened to my mom. There's like was it a alcoholic drink that exists in Luxembourg? We call it Vierderweisschen, which kind of translates to feather whitey. I think it's like a very sweet wine. And my mom, that was when she was, I think, younger than I am right now. She went to a festival like that, where it's just a summer party. Not summer party, I think it was an autumn party. And she drank so much of them that she got really freaking drunk. And she said it was so sweet you couldn't taste the alcohol. And then she never really touched alcohol again. Because that was apparently such a bad experience. Apparently her hangover was so bad, her tongue felt like that it had fur, which is, doesn't sound fun. Some people manage as a single father / mother, yes, but that is a monumentous task, I would say. If you have two-parent household, you have an advantage, definitely a big advantage. My parents always begged me to adopt kids so they can become grandparents. You do not owe your parents grandchildren. I know this might sound rude, but that is just the way it is. Okay, so like I have religious people in my life that are transphobic too. Oh, that's very unfortunate, I'm sorry. Just not great people, cheating too. They're always hypocrites. You know, rules for thee, but not for me. That's just like these Christian women who are pro-life, as they call themselves, more like pro-birth or pro-forced birth, and then when they get an abortion it's different because they are the good ones, they are serious, they deserve it. It's just, I hate it. I really hate it. Then I had my mom, who was the best proof that not all religious people were bad. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm also not a fan of preachy atheists. Just because you're an atheist doesn't mean that you're automatically more intelligent. But then I admit I'm an atheist, and it turns out my mom was agnostic / atheist and was hiding it the whole time to please others. Like my grandmother, she actually did not believe in that. She just had to keep up an image because back then it wasn't exactly a choice to be an atheist. You either were a Christian or you were an heretic. So, well, I'm glad at least that you have the choice nowadays. I mean, I'd have one if I was more stable in general and with the right woman, hopefully. Especially, that has to be, I mean, that would be ideal if you have a great partner. That is the best outcome, I would say. Yes, I know not all religious people are bad. I know that. It's just hard to remove that bias when pretty much every experience I had with religion was negative. I mean, I understand it. You're trans after all. I don't want to know how much prejudice and just intolerance and injustice you need to face on an everyday basis. I mean, that has to be enough to make everyone go insane. Is vaping better than smoking, or is it the same? Well, from the results of a popcorn lung, I'm not sure if vaping is really that much better. But what do you mean exactly with vaping? So there's vaping as in where you just inhale flavored gases or no air, just like in a steam bath. That isn't really hurtful. There's also some stoners who prefer using that method. I mean, that isn't really bad for the lungs. Of course, you don't need to do it. If you don't do it 24/7, no. But if you mean by vaping mean these cartridges and these e-cigarettes, then yeah, I don't think they're much more healthier than cigarettes. My partner smokes and I have to buy stuff every 2 days. Oof. Isn't it expensive though? I mean, I once bought a pack of cigarettes for someone else, and I was thinking, oh, okay, they definitely became more expensive, but although that is in a way a good thing. Your lungs are killing you? Oh. Vaping is more harmful than cigarettes, I think. As I read this, I have to cough even though I don't vape or I don't smoke cigarettes. To be fair, people have been saying for the longest time that using a hookah, or however you call that Arabian smoke thing, is less dangerous than cigarettes, and that was wrong as well. What will you do if you have a son and daughter in the way that your husband becomes a famous drug dealer under a fake name called Heisenberg? Oh, then I guess I have to name my son Walter Jr. or maybe Flynn. And my daughter needs to be named Holly then. But I won't start smoking cigarettes while pregnant like the character Skylar does in Breaking Bad. It's not good. Really not good. Really morbid, in fact. I mean, apparently the baby gets born with an addiction to nicotine. Imagine getting born and then immediately having to go cold turkey, and you barely even know that existence is a thing. Those poor babies. That's just really horrible. Even if they won't remember it later on, I don't think that's such a good thing. Do have friends that are Christian, etc. But I just try not to talk about religion too much though. Or I will just kind of go off on how much of a grudge I guess I have to on religion entirely. Hey, I mean, if you wish that I stop talking about religion, I will do so. Never used a hookah, me neither, because why would I? My app stopped working for a few minutes, sorry if I missed anything. No, all good, James. Until now, unfortunately, still no shiny. What is the maximum age a mother should have kids? As in, medically, what I came across would be the limit would be 45. For most women, that's where the risk for things like Down syndrome are elevated. Well, Music Assist, this is a Kirby music playlist. Playing right now is Super Smash Bros. Dreamland stage. That is from the Nintendo 64 Smash Bros. Game. And then what did we have before? Float Islands from Kirby Superstar, and then before that it was Kirby Planet Robobot music. Hang on, I'll send you the playlist. I felt like Kirby music tonight. Right, I think the tea is... Okay, it's not scalding hot anymore. Nice apple tea. Imagine having children, I just have 3 cats instead. Yeah, I don't blame people getting cats instead of, or dogs instead of kids, or even house plants. I really don't blame these people, absolutely not. Much easier to take care of. And just as much deserve love. And I do think we already have so many humans on the planet, either. I mean, or already, rather. I actually think the world would be much better if only the people who really love and want children, if only those would be parents, and the rest would just put their love into cats. Or dogs. I mean, if they prefer that. Some people just don't like, they don't like babies or kids, which, fair. They can be loud. They can be draining. Can be a joy as well, but so can cats and so can dogs. Some people just... You know, all I'm saying is we shouldn't force people to live a lifestyle or go through a permanent decision that, you know, if they don't want to take that decision, then we should just let them be. If they don't want to have a baby but instead have 4 cats, then go ahead. There's also a lot of cats in the world that need a loving home. One of the people who would be scared for no reason, literally, when I'm watching your stream and I decide to go drink some water in my way, be thinking, what if they just hated me all of a sudden? Oh, that's unfortunate, Ahmed, but I can definitely tell you that that's not true. Why would I just hate you? There's no good reason for me to hate you, and I don't think anyone here hates you. But I get it, when you've been through some rough times, you kind of start doubting yourself randomly. I've had that happen to me before, but you'll get through it, damn it. I swear. Tired of nicotine? Gotcha, so anything above the age of 45 for the mother would be too much of a health risk for the child? Yes, usually. Not always. I mean, I've had women in my family who gave birth at 47, And that was during a time where there was no in vitro and it was all good. But that's like, those are outliers. That's not normal. That's not the usual woman. Just looked up and now the oldest mother was 74. 74. Okay, that is... was that her ovum? Was it her oocyte? Or did she get a an egg donor, like a oocyte from some other woman? Because it's kind of intriguing that, or just a thought that a 74-year-old woman was still capable of having a oocyte. Usually they don't have any eggs left at that age. The youngest was 5. Oh, that was... Oh god, that's such a horrible case. Just like I said yesterday, that is one of those Wikipedia pages you don't want to read about the youngest mother. She had a case of super early puberty, if not one of the earliest cases in documented history. If I'm not mistaken, and if I remember correctly, that girl who became a mother at 5, she already got her period as a toddler or as a baby, which is highly unusual. I mean, that is extremely early. And yeah, through I don't think I need to say how she got pregnant. Not by volition, unfortunately. It was I can already think where that was going. And she actually had a kid at 5. And if I remember correctly, she raised him as her brother. As in, not raised, but she... The boy grew up thinking at first that she was his sister. It's a really tragic case. It's really sad. Don't want children right now. I'm only 22. I just want to get laid. I mean, yeah, some people are much happier just doing that instead of having the kid part of that happen. And that's fine. I'd die to get my hands on a Pomeranian puppy. They make my heart melt. Oh, you want a Pomeranian? My dream dog would be a black retro pug. Retro pugs are pugs that have been bred, or like they have been bred with other breeds, so that they're not having health issues anymore, like no more short snout, so they can breathe properly, much longer legs, so no more hip problems, and no more running problems, normal skull shape, so no more googly eyes getting pushed out of the skull. I think that's a really nice effort, that there's breeders out there who try, not the how do you call it, the garden breeding or back alley breeding, but actual people who want to get healthier dogs or put healthier dogs into the world. And black, well, it's somehow of a tradition that all of my first pets that I have of a certain species, that they're all voids. And I would really like to have a void dog. Hey there, Jerry. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I was saying bellow. 22 is pretty reasonable age to become a father. Honestly, in my opinion, if you're in your 20s, most people are not ready for kids. At least from my experience. Was in vitro fertilization. Ah, okay. Okay. Just scared that I don't know, maybe I'm just weak. Is that a problem, being weak? At least I don't think you are weak. But you'll grow. I mean, you're really young. There's just so much life in front of you still waiting to happen. And there are so many ways that you can still develop. So seeing yourself not at the peak, be it a certain talent or where you stand in life. I mean, you're so young. There's just so much ahead of you. I wouldn't be thinking of yourself as weak. The youngest mother outlived her child. Oh, did that happen? Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, that is weird as well. Usually that's not something a mother wants to go through. Man, not stable. I need to get back on my feet and have a good time. Yeah, definitely. That is... I mean, some people, they just want to travel or learn so many things. And a fulfilling life to them is without kids. And for some, it is kids. I mean, that is up to the person to decide. Yeah, she raised him as her sister. 5-year difference is pretty reasonable age gap between siblings. It's crazy that was her child. Yeah, exactly, Max Power. It's a fascinating, although, well, very tragic case, I have to say. Oh, you like the music, Kinox? By the way, Anna, the cake I made, the teachers loved it. They asked me for the formula. I told them the secret in Walter White's special blue meth. Oh, that kicked really hard. Smiley face intensifies. Doing good, how about you? Yes, I am doing good. Are you sad now? No, that's not good. I don't want you to be sad, Kinox. Isn't it fascinating just the limits of the human body? If you compare extremes like that. If you also compare the shortest person ever and then the tallest person ever. Just the unimaginable difference. I think the shortest person ever was about 60 centimeters, I think. I do know about the tallest person in history. I forgot about his name, but I do remember that he was 2 meters 75 centimeters tall, which is crazy. Actually, let me calculate that in inches. Oh no, not inches, in feet. Inches is for smaller measurements. I mean, inches, that would just be a large number then. Come on, I just want one shiny at least. Right, 2 meters and 75 centimeters. 9 feet tall. So the largest person ever, the largest human, was 9 feet tall. Over 9 feet tall. And he actually died really early because his legs died off, if I remember correctly, because there was just no sufficient blood circulation because he was too tall for that. So that human being actually surpassed the limit where the heart is just unable to pump blood sufficiently into every body part. And then unfortunately he died really early, I think at age 22 or 23. Very unfortunate. I know, I just want to find the right chick. I mean, that in and of itself, with or without kids, is something a lot of people want. 8 billion people means there's lots of variety. Yo, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I'm never surprised when people say, oh, there's trans people there, there's asexual people. Like, we have billions of people. Do you know how many variations there are to just the human species? Do you know how many brain states there are? Like, all the possible brain states. Of course there's gonna be people like this. At least I'm not surprised if you look at it very mathematically. It just... an eventuality that, or no, it's an eventuality that people like this would be here. Hey there, Alex. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I'm tall. I'm about to die soon. Oh, I mean, what am I even supposed to say to that? I hope you don't die soon, but it is true that the taller you are, your odds of getting things like cancer are slightly above average. Because as it turns out, very simple logic, the more cells you have, the higher the odds of those cells eventually developing cancer, for example. Yes, tall people don't live as long. Or very tall people. The taller, the larger the difference. Guessing that's another reason women live longer. Yes, actually. One of the reasons. Tell you a funny story. I bought my cousin's Elden Ring for his birthday. Oh, and that's neat. Looked at me and said, dude, I was just sold my PS4. How the F am I gonna use this? Oh no! Oh, that's... Oh, the timing on that. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Oh, that's... And now what? Will he sell the game? Or will he get a PS4 back? Or will he say, nah? I'm also tall. I'm also dying soon. Alex, how about we get buried together? Morbid topics again. I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters. I am 5'4" or 5'5", or about 165 centimeters. Like I'm 4 centimeters above or taller than the worldwide average for women. My mom is pretty small, or not really that tall, and my dad is tall. So I guess I'm medium. Doesn't the heart have to do more work for tall people, so that's why they live shorter? Yes, that's one of the many reasons. It's just not one reason. The more cells meaning more larger likelihood of developing cancer, of course, but also with the heart, yes. And they also have other problems like back problems much more commonly. I'm wet, hot, got fever. Oh no! Weakness, all body hurts, and damned Russians can't leave me alone. I didn't sleep well for 5 or 6 days. Oh no, you're sick. Oh, you're sick in the middle of a war. That sucks so much. I'm so sorry, Alex. If you need anything, if I can help in any way, let me know. Well, that must really suck. I hope that will get resolved as soon as possible. Life turns out to be even more fun than I thought it is. What is up with Murphy's Law getting at us all? That is very unfortunate. Somewhat short. Short and sensitive is a deadly combo for a male. What do you mean short? And I don't mind short guys. I mean, can't exactly help it. Just as you can't help being tall, that's just genes. 185 centimeters. I'd be less tall. I thought missile won't hit me flying above my house. You still have a sense of humor in all of this, Alex. The middle of the war, so only 1,000 days left. Yeah, that's a 3-day special military operation. I don't know, that's a long 3 days to me. You're 190 centimeters or 6'2". You also suffer from back pain. Know someone who's like a childhood friend. He's like 2 meters tall, which is 6'56", and he has back pain as well. And the other one who I know, who is 2 meters and 5 centimeters tall, also has back problems. So like they all have that. I mean, getting girls? Well, I mean, if a girl rejects you for being short, then maybe you dodged a bullet, because isn't that very superficial? Would you really want to be with a woman who would not want you just because you are shorter than her. I think that's... Don't you deserve someone better who will actually love and appreciate you for who you are? And who doesn't care about how tall you are? At least that's what I always think. I think that's very shallow. When women do that, when they think, oh, he's a short guy, I don't like that. Can't exactly help it. Just in general, I think I said that yesterday as well. Just, I'm not a fan of making fun of attributes a person has that they either A, can't change in 5 minutes, or B, well, it's genes, or just something they're born with, and they can't exactly help it, you know? It's like that men with height or breast size with women. It's just mostly genetic. And if you don't have it, well, if I just think that we should stop having ideal values that we worship or adhere to so much. I think beauty can be found in many shapes and sizes. If you have back pain, you need to be doing daily exercises. Yes, some good back exercises, strengthening the muscles of your back. That will definitely help you. But you know, that's a good thing whether or not you're tall. I mean, even if you're not tall. I think it's biological. Tall means they can hunt better, even though hunting is not required in the modern era. Well, yeah, a taller guy is definitely gonna be a harder opponent most of the time. Even though I myself got owned by, as in, there was a thing where we did karate in high school, and I had a classmate. She did karate. I think she had a black, or has a black belt, and she's like 145 centimeters. She's 4 feet something, really small. And yeah, I picked her in the group, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go easy on her because I'm like a head taller than her, even if not more. And then within 1 or 2 seconds I was on the ground. Just bam, on the ground. By the way, my server I've ordered before arrived. It has a small case with 4 bays for HDD. Oh, nice. Ordered this 4x8 terabyte, costs a lot. But hey, I mean, why not treat yourself, no? I also treated myself this month, I have to say. Maybe a little bit too much. I did pay a lot of money for stuff. But still, you know, sometimes you just have to enjoy life. Welcome back, Unux. Gen 4 Sinnoh music, is that what you want to hear? Should I switch to that? Two pie or 1 pie, or have you cooked 2 pies? No, I actually cooked or made a 1 pie that says 2 pie on it. Let me see if I can find the picture. Maybe I still have it on my phone, but like it's a long time ago. Next year I think it's gonna be... Wow, it's gonna be 10 years since I've baked that pie. Jeez. I just realized that is a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Okay, I don't think I can find it here. I don't see it. Do I have it on my PC maybe? If I find the picture of the pie that I made, I'm gonna post it into the Discord. But I think I'm gonna do that again because it was funny. Just a stupid nerd thing. And on Tau Day, which Tau is 2 times pi. So if you prefer calculating your nerdy circumferences or just areas of circles or spheres, and you don't want to use pi, well, you can use, instead of the 2 pi, you can just use tau. So T-A-U, another Greek letter. It's the not uppercase, lowercase letter T. Kind of looks like pi, just with one leg, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Oh, you want Sinnoh music? Alright. Let's go for Sinnoh music. Oh, with rain as well? Yeah, that's some nice vibe. Let's see if I can find it. Come on, I really wanna show that one now. But yeah, I also am planning to do a Tau cake, maybe. Well, it doesn't really work as well than with the pie pun. Yeah, it was in 2014 or 15. That's a Whiscash, but it's not shiny. Come on, I know that you are here. Lies of pies. I thought the cake was a lie, not the pie. But I could be wrong. Everything is biological, like men are attracted to wider hips so they will live while giving birth. Oh wait, actually, I will maybe try and go for the... with an adamant synchronizer now. I've been streaming for a while and until now I haven't gotten a single shiny. So let's try it like this. Yes, it's actually become a problem that human babies have very big heads, and that's why evolution has selected for women with wider hips. Even though that is obsolete now with modern technology. Yeah, we do have the like surgical procedures. Like the C-section or Caesar section or cesarean, where it's instead cut open. If there's one thing I do really well in my fictional story, it's making amazing weapons that look amazing. As I always say, if you draw something or if you've written something down, feel free to share it in the creative section or channel. I always like seeing your works. Tau? Okay, I'll be using that. Yes, Eterna Forest. Yes, Eterna Forest is... Is it one among the most popular platinum, or just... No, not platinum, but Sinnoh music themes? Did I tell you welcome to the stream, Autobot AI? If not, then welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Wanna see one day Lapras in Leaf Green in Icefall Gave RNG? Oh, I definitely wanna do that. Not just that one, of course. Definitely wanna want to do more. Like also the chance in the Safari Zone. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that Lapras. If I gotta get up early tomorrow, thanks for streaming again and enjoy holiday. And if I don't see you on here beforehand. Alright, James, thank you so much for being part of the stream. I'm really glad that you finally managed to land. And I wish you, like I always do, have a good one, have a good night, sleep tight and do not let the bedbugs bite. Hope I don't spam too much on your Discord, Yana. No, not really. And at least to me that doesn't come across as spam. Just a chaos creature. Oh, you should see my desk in real life. Still healing. As in real life. Yeah, same. Same, Kinox, same. And it does take a while to heal, but still. It is absolutely necessary. And it is a not so neat process. But it's just something you need to go through, unfortunately. And in the end you come out being much stronger, so at least you get, so to speak, a reward for it. Oh geez, still looking for that stupid pie that I bought. Not bought, made. I had a picture on my phone about that, or I still remember taking a picture. Has to be on my phone though. Can't find it, unfortunately. Maybe I'll find it at a later time. For example, in my fictional story, there's a blade called the Frenzy Blood Blade. Ooh, that sounds like a Magic the Gathering weapon thing. Or maybe something out of Warhammer 40k. Which is Cinder on blade that is really big. It's like a spear with one blade in the middle and two blades, other blades next to it. Okay, I can picture that. Does it have a particular color? Like what color scheme were you thinking of when you conceived of that weapon? To me at least colors are important. And I do tend to memorize the colors of something. And that's why I always ask when people share their fictional stories or just their creations. Unless when it's manga, then it's usually black and white, but I do like to ask for the colors. Right. This time it worked. Favorite music from Sinnoh is Route 225 and 207. 207 because it has the same notes as 21 Guns by Green Day. Okay, interesting. I have to check out 21 Guns by Green Day. Because I don't think I actually know that song. I mean, I know who Green Day is, and there's some songs that they made that I like for example, American Idiot. But I don't think I've ever listened to that particular song. Yana, have you heard of Pokémon Infinite Fusion? Yeah, Infinite Fusion. I've heard of it. There are rumors that some viewers want me to play it. What do you think about these rumors? Post some music and a bunch of my art and some furry memes. I always seem to attract furries, but I don't mind. I really don't mind. This is a safe space for furries as well. I mean, I'm not a furry myself, but why should I bully you or exclude you? I just tend to attract them for some reason. And Keenox, thank you. You posted a really nice cock onto the Discord. That is quite the rooster. Thank you for sharing that picture. Oh, you did the dude love the frog boat. I'll be listening. Alright, classic. My brother is terrible at being a helicopter pilot, even with simple controls. To be fair, I would also be very horrible at being a helicopter pilot because I don't think I would have any idea what to do. Even if you put me in front of a simulation game. So yeah, I'm like your brother then, classic. Keeps bailing out last moment and I keep trying to tell him we need to provide air support. Well, need a license for that. Did I see the doodle of the frog boat? No, that was in creative, wasn't it? Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that's really neat. Really cute. Frogs are cute. Never understood why other girls were like, when they saw a frog, they were, ew, don't touch it, I'm scared. But it's just like a slimy little thing that doesn't hurt you, and they're kind of funny and goofy looking. Sometimes they make funny noises. I don't know, I never found them to be scary. The Whispering Death Dagger. Whispering Death Dagger. Okay, that is very metal. It's made to slay gods. Oh, it slays gods. A dagger that just needs one cut to consume the god inside the dagger, taking its power into the dagger. Okay, so if I understood that correctly, if you hit a god with that dagger, the god's power gets taken away, kind of like in a Kirby way, but it's not like the person getting the power, but the weapon gets it. Is that how it works? Which is a very cool concept, I have to say. Find Green Day funny because they sound like a high-pitched Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Now that you're saying it, I can't unhear it. Somewhat, yeah. Although I didn't really watch that much of Phineas and Ferb. The high school I went to, were so many adults that loved it. More so than kids that I knew. Oh well, do people become furries? Not judging, but it seems so random. No idea, Max Power. I'm not a furry myself. I actually prefer animals without the humanoid figure or body. And the story that I'm writing, it has animals, but they're not furries. But, yeah, that's a good question. It is indeed one of the oldest fan groups that have existed. I mean, we have caveman drawings where there's furries. So, furries were there all along. I know my cock is nice. Oh, it's on a Roblox. I mean, I know, but still, I would pretty much suck at it as well. All we had to do was fly in a circle around a small area. We were getting pinned by the other team on an objective because they had a rocket launcher, so they were destroying us. I tried telling him we can go from behind and light them up from above. Is it true, Classic? You might know this. Apparently there's military helicopters where they shoot from the back and not from the front. This frenzy block blade is spear handle like two long veins that are wrapped around each other. One blue vein and the other is a red vein. Sharp bones for the blade and a lot of rotten blood. Oh wow, like really Bloodborne or just very visceral imagery. But that works. As in, yeah, blue. As in, veins are usually blue and arteries are red, but It's not like the blood itself becomes blue. That's not how this works. But yeah, I can picture something, and it does look good. I'm okay with turtles, but not frogs. I think both are really cute. My cousin has a turtle that's, I think, almost as old as me, and the turtle is still alive. Like, I remember when I got Pokemon Crystal from my cousin and the turtle was there. And that's been over 20 years at this point. Turtle is still kicking. Still alive and kicking, and now that my cousin has bought a house, I'm really happy for him. He now has a garden, and he built a home for the turtle. A pond, and it's connected to an area where he can, or the turtle, I think it's a male, should be a male. Turtle can just walk around. It's one of these turtle, I don't know the exact species name, I have to ask or look that up again. But it's a kind of turtle that lives in the water and sometimes also on land. It's like a mixed habitat. It also has a red dot on its head. It's just really neat what he built for the turtle. He really loves his turtle. And his dog as well. And I love them too. Very good dog, very good turtle. Like the Blade of Olympus in God of War. I need to see more of God of War. Does Anubis count as a furry? Yeah, I would say. I would say so, actually. Now that you mention it, Max Power, a lot of the the Egyptian gods are very much furries. I mean, they have a human body, but a animal head. I think that's furry enough. At least in my book, it classifies as furry enough. And we get the first shiny for tonight, and it's not what I wanted. It's a shiny accidental Barbrooch. Right on midnight. But I mean, might not be Wednesday for me right now, but I will still continue to stream for a little bit because I did start out very early. Not early, quite the opposite, late. Alright, so I did get a Barboach, level 30, okay. 15,487. So there goes another one. If anyone here has a nickname, let me know. You can already think of one. Oh yeah, right, you have that attack. Okay, so... Ultra Ball fits the most, I guess. 87, 90... I think it's this one. Alright, so it's caught. So, let's go for a quirky nickname, guys. There's a tortoise that's 200 years old. Yeah, turtles are... A lot of species of turtles are known to have very long lifespans. He wouldn't listen. Oh well. Only most military helicopters have cannons, usually 30 millimeters under their nose, as well as a built-in targeting pod to aim at it, okay? Or aim. For instance, the AH-64 Apache has a turret that can be aimed by moving a pilot's head like a VR, and the helicopter can also be steered with the helmet. Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, that's like 360. No, is it 360? As in almost omnidirectional? Usually mounted guns are facing forward or to the sides, okay. They're slow, probably why they lived so long. Yeah, they have very slow, just how the cells divide. It's just like with whales, it's very slow. Shrimpy, I guess. Animals are amazing inside my stomach. Well, I do like animals as friends, but I would be a hypocrite if I wouldn't say that I like there's some, you know, some meat or eggs or stuff like that that I like eating or consuming. Animals are cool, yes. I love animals as well. So let's try for the wish cache, actually. Wish cache, whatever. The Doomsayer Spear is a deadly forbidden spear. That said that if the rituals were done correctly, it could be summoned and only the most pure evil people can use it in the spear. Oh, so you... This time it's not like a sword that only the most pure-hearted can use. It's more like the opposite, a weapon that only the evil-hearted can use. That's a nice inversion of that trope. Hit the ground, the whole earth will turn dark and get consumed with eternal dark sadness and madness. Oh jeez, so it's like an eldritch object as well. Do people become furries? Isn't there like so much things people grow up with that could explain that, honestly? Disney? Yeah, true. Star Fox, other games, other things. Now there's Beastars as well, which is really furry-like. I watched the first season, I didn't really... Or at least... It's been a while. Was okay. Nothing I would be a fan of. I would be a peregrine falcon if I had the choice. Oh, because they reach the maximum speed of any airborne animal. Yeah, it's amazing the amount of speed a peregrine falcon can achieve. It's crazy, and they just essentially drop to immense speeds to kill pigeons, and that's how they get them. It's like the attack brave bird, like in Pokemon, but in real life, it's really amazing. Definitely recommend watching documentaries about the peregrine falcon. It's a really cool animal. Pretty sure it's around maybe 180 to like 200 plus FOV. They can always rotate the helicopter though. Okay, that makes sense. So you got that as well. If you had pet chicken, would you eventually eat it? I don't think so. Actually, don't think so. If it was a pet, I wouldn't eat it personally. Yeah, it's just like... I mean, I like eating fish, but I never saw the fish that I had, as food. I saw them as friends. Help, it's the furries, I'm being kidnapped. Again? They drop kick other birds, literally. Yeah, I guess that's how you could say it. I like brave bird them. They just crash into the poor pigeon at such a high velocity that the pigeon just gets smacked and is dead. It's really a fascinating animal. It's like with the cheetah was it's also kind of like that. They spec into extreme speed. And a cheetah can, at least for a limited amount of time, run really fast, like 100 kilometers per hour, which is amazing for a four-legged creature. I mean, we're talking about a cat, not a car. Yeah, 300 kilometers. Yeah, exactly. They achieve velocities that are higher than 300 kilometers per hour. Red kites are cool too. I don't know that much about red kites. Do you feel bad for the pigeon? I do, but understand it's just nature. Oh, I do feel bad for the pigeon, like really bad, but well, it's nature, you know. I always feel really bad for the prey getting killed in these documentaries, but it's not like I can change anything. That's just the way nature is. Oh, come on. Game. Are we doing this again? Are we doing this again? Is this happening again? Are we gonna get a bajillion of these instead of the Whiscash? Is that how it goes now? I guess so. Alright, another Barboach. This time level 26. Alright, I think I know which frame I fit. I think it's this one. 15,490. But first, let us catch it. If anyone else has another name, this might be like a shiny oddish actually. Like, this is just... I don't even know how many I have at this point. It's... Well, let's try if this will work. How many more minutes until you hop off? Maybe, let's see, I can still go. And there we go. Another one caught. Wishfish. At least for 4 minutes, if not much more. Maybe half an hour. Or if I can do more, an hour. Well, let's see how awake I will be. Alright, so there goes the Wishfish. And then let's save. I hope that it doesn't do that freezing as it did with the shiny Registeel. Kinda bummed that it still does that. I thought I cleaned everything and put it back together neatly. See them all the time when we work in villages surrounded by fields and trees. Or I've seen so many birds of prey lately on the highway or motorways. And they're really impressive in size as well. But there's also a lot of pigeons. They don't go for the pigeons, they do go for the roadkill. Or the bunnies, because we don't have a lot of bunnies. Everyone says how fast cheetahs are, but their prey is also amazingly fast. Yes, and the prey can outmaneuver them, as in they can be really quickly in one direction. But it could be that by zigzagging that the cheetah will exhaust themselves, and then it's no meal for them. Always been fascinated by the way they hover and hunt. Fish. Military attack helicopters usually carry guided missiles. That is scary. No, I do not have to work in the morning. There's also the Blue Moon Mist Scythe. Ooh, goth name. Which is a magic scythe that can summon meteors and stars. Ooh, now we're talking. And when the moon is blue, it becomes the strongest form of itself, casting spells in ice. Okay, I do like that. Also has some kind of Sailor Moonish vibes to it, for some reason. At least not for some reason, maybe the moon part. Did you know Australian firehawks use wildfire debris to burn dry grass patches and lure out prey? Yes, they do that, and I mean, I can't say I blame the bird, but it's not really that neat. We have a lot of forest fires, or just general large fires already, that are made by humans. The good old Sinnoh days. Yeah, I'm gonna revisit them. Definitely wanna get my one of my 3DSs sent in, and then I'm currently setting money aside every month for that. where I install a I'll let some guy install a capture card into the 3DS, and then I'll be able to stream Generation 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Generation 8 should be done, but I just still need to figure out how to... I mean, the laptop always crashes with the Elgato. And unfortunately I have some kind of issue where the Elgato on my main desktop PC that I use right now to stream, it only recognizes it as a input if it's put in immediately, like directly into the HDMI slot where the graphics card is, which is a problem because I kind of need that for the monitor. So I need to figure that out. Unfortunately, until now, I mean, with the laptop it works with OBS, but then it always kind of crashes. It's not powerful enough. Really need to find a solution to that, but if that will be possible, then I'll also be able to stream the most modern games. Did you know hummingbirds are the only birds capable of hovering? Well, hummingbirds have incredible stamina. They're essentially almost always flying. Okay, let's see what I get now. Well, that is a... Whiscash, but it's not a shiny. Right. Let's see if I'll maybe go for a later frame. Sometimes that makes it easier, not always. Just some frames I tend to hit more often than others. One of my character's weapons was a specialized .500 Nitro Express gun that could hold 3 bullets in the cylinder. These bullets were armor-piercing, high-explosive bullets. So wait, we're having bullets, and said bullets are also explosive? That almost sounds as bad as the, or maybe even worse than the bullets that I've heard that apparently have poison in them. Which, I mean, if you're already shooting bullets, that's already really, you know, an assault. Good luck surviving that. But then imagine the bullets having full-on poison in them, you know, just in case the bullets alone don't kill you. That's just, I know that sounds like something really crazy. Search up how big a .500 Nitro Express gun and bullet is. Alright. Because I don't know that much about just in general military stuff or weapons. Nitro. So it has nitroglycerine in it, I assume. Express gun. Oh jeez. They explode, that's freaking crazy. Jeez. Next weapon is the Shadow Katana. An amazing katana that can cast strange shadow attacks that look like other versions of the holder. Oh, so like double team, but also Night Slash, one all rolled into one. Imagine it like making 10 versions of you all attack while the real one who is using the weapon is hitting a bong. So I guess you can do that. How practical, I guess. For all the times you know, when you're fighting a character and you really want to hit the bong, I guess. Mercury bullets or something. I actually don't know. I just heard that once from my brother was describing bullets that they're actually in size. They're kind of like the bullets you mentioned. But they have some kind of poison in them, which is really something. Poison bullets, that sounds like from an anime. Yeah, that's true, but I do remember my brother telling me something like that existing. I don't know what poison it is though, but it just seemed so much overkill, you know? But hearing of exploding bullets, I am not surprised. I mean, they also have weapons that destroy tanks, right? I wouldn't be surprised if something like that got already developed by the military complex. Now that music will be ingrained into my brain forever. You never forget about that. It's just, once you play the games, that just exists rent-free in your head. Imagine trying to fight someone who could alter and manipulate all of your senses and teleport and control tons of elements. So a freaking reality warper? Yeah, good luck. Almost nigh impossible to beat. Anti-tank weapons have existed since World War I. Yeah, not surprised. They needed a way to get rid of that, you know. Alright, let's try again. If your son wanted to join the military, would you let him? Honestly, no. Like, that's one of the things that I hope I don't hear. You know, one of the phrases that I hope I won't hear from my children. One of them is, "Mom, I want to be a soldier." Among them is also, "Mom, I want to be a cave diver." Because those are just things that are so, or just a base jumper. Those are things where you know, oh, you might actually outlive your kid because it's gonna perish before you do. And yeah, or maybe also, "Mom, I want to become a boxer," because of the brain damage they get. And I don't know, I know that would be, I would imagine hearing that from your mom and then her limiting what you can do has to feel annoying, but you have to see that from a mother's perspective as well. I mean, cave divers, it's really common that they, well, you know, die. It's a very dangerous hobby. Just going into caves in general, I really don't, like, I don't shame them, I don't blame them. If they get a complete kick out of that, or just the adrenaline, hey, you do you. If you manage to go through it and you get out alive, hey, that's really cool. But I just never understand how you could go into a cave and just these caves where you could possibly drown and where it's so freaking dangerous. People diving to caves that are literally called caves of death. Or just, you know, if you read about caving accidents, it's just, I don't know. I never understand how you would love to do that. Carp, yeah, I wouldn't be happy about them becoming a carp, but it's not like I could. I mean, if they're not minors anymore, they can pick what they want. Yeah, exactly. If they're above 18, she or he, they, them, then, well. Hey Dad, I have an OnlyFans. I keep saying this. Like, if you give me enough time to make a list of things I would rather hear things that I don't want to hear my kids say, "Hey Dad," or "Hey Mom, I have an OnlyFans," and "Hey Mom, I want to go and become a sex worker," are not among the top 10, and not among the top 100, and not among the top 1,000. I mean, there's so many things that I would be shocked of hearing. But like them being in that industry, I mean, I don't really see how that is a shock. But imagine there would be a PDF file, or imagine there would be a soldier who would commit war crimes. That is just infinitely worse. And there we go again with the morbid topics. Next weapon is a Rotten Roots class. A weapon that can kill a forest just by scraping? Oh, you mean scraping the ground with one finger? It rots everything and then eats an animal's brain and humans slowly, turning them crazy. Okay, those are some really powerful weapons. Just one scratch and the whole ecosystem in a certain region is just gone. Okay, that is like also another eldritch thing. Undetonated thermonuclear bomb in my wardrobe. Yeah, everyone has that in their wardrobe, you know, just casual things. Cop isn't really that dangerous. Oh, it's not that it's dangerous, it's just I really am not a fan of cops. Oh, and another... Can I just get a Whiscash, please? That is very... Jeez, how many barboaches, how many shiny barboaches does it take to get a shiny Whiscash? Alright, let's use this. It/Pennywise. What's with it/Pennywise? I've read it. The novel has some very crazy things happening. Luckily they don't show that in the miniseries or in the movie. Because they're really messed up. Right. Another ball. Especially in the future, we will be sending robots into dangerous situations instead of human cops. Well, if that means that less humans have to die a painful death, then maybe that would be a good thing. And there we go, we caught that one. Oh, I hit B, now I can't nickname it. Oh well. Let's save and try again. It was a level 25. So let's look for level 25. Alright, there's one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the frame that I hit. Apparently. Although, maybe, it's not an H2, right? Let's check. Just to be absolutely certain. Oh, there's this one as well. 26, this one. And then no other 20, no. Bot method H4. Sometimes I get a different method. I see this one. I do hope that I at least get a Whiscash tonight before I can... If I do get one now, I'll end the stream. If not, I'll continue slightly longer. 504. Oh, is that actually the frame that I hit? Maybe 15504? No, 15498. Actually, I think I might have done a mistake there. 26 H1, 26 H2. Yeah, I think that was it actually. Oh well. Maybe I'll get another Whiscash frame. I do have a synchronize on front, so that should work. If my son wanted to go to war and I had a daughter at home competent enough to have conversations with my wife, I'd go with my son to war. Wow, would you do that? I mean, I think I would do... I would ask my dad for advice because he was really good at drafting... Like, dodging the draft. Did you know a chicken survived without a head for a year and a half? Yes. I forgot the name, but it was... Name the Headless Chicken. That was the title. Le Fiche. That means your daughter and wife will potentially lose both their son and father. Classic, yeah. She'd lose us anyway. It's just... I don't want innocent men to die for rich people, you know? It just breaks my heart. That's what it is. I give her more memories to cry upon when I do meet my end. I don't agree with you there, Classic. Would you rather have a son or a daughter? I heard boys bully physically and girls bully mentally. I don't care what gender I get as a kid. I get what I get. I get what nature gives me. Oh, the ball spam. It has commenced again. You'd rather have a daughter? Okay, interesting. Why? Interesting, boys are more rambunctious. Well, to be fair, the emotional bullying isn't really that easier to take. You know, that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That is not true. Words can definitely hurt you. And more often than not, it's a death by 1,000 cuts kind of situation. Which, yeah. I'm unfortunately speaking of experience. My wife would enjoy a daughter more than I'd enjoy a son. Okay. You'd think? Someone points a gun to your head and makes you pick boy or daughter. What would you pick? Oh god. Do I have to pick? I really literally do not care what I get. I could get an intersex baby and I wouldn't care. Like, I literally, I guess if you have to point a gun to my head, I would say a girl, because there's less women in the world, and maybe that would slightly offset the, okay, I'll put in this the correct one. I think that was the correct frame. To offset the imbalance a bit, because of China and India aborting a lot of female fetuses, there's a large discrepancy. There's millions more men in the world than women. Maybe I would do then, if I had to pick a girl, but not because I prefer girls, but just because of that. Did I pronounce it weirdly? But yeah, I really don't think I want more. I don't want a girl more than a boy. Or anything really. If I really do get a intersex kid, I would raise it as such. I mean, or if my kid becomes trans, I don't care. The gender is not really anything I think of when I think of potential kids. The thing that I'm concerned with is them being happy and them finding themselves, them knowing who they are, and them having a life that they think is worth living. But then again, I could pick a girl because of the imbalance, and then she could come out not liking boys. I mean, that's still a thing. But I also don't expect grandchildren from them if I had kids. They do with their lives as they see fit. As long as they don't hurt anyone, it's not really my concern. And of course, after a certain age, I can't really say, please don't do that. It's like with my brother, he has so many tattoos, he got another one. For some reason, when people get tattoos, I don't have any tattoos myself. I'm a tattoo virgin, as they call them sometimes. But Usually the people that I know who have tattoos, once they get one, it usually there's a second one, then a third one, then a fourth one, and then they just at one point can't stop. My mom really doesn't like my brother being so full of tattoos. But, oh well, I mean... he's an adult, you know, he has a job, he does with his money as he sees fit. And with his body. His body, his choice. Also, 1,000 men and 1 woman can only make 1 child, but 1,000 women and 1 man can make 1,000 children. Yes, indeed. Or, well, a guy can produce a lot of babies with different women. And, well, I do really think that we have a lot of humans on the planet already. When I get a back tattoo, then I get a first trap body shape. What are you thinking of in terms of back tattoo? My brother has a chest tattoo, and then one arm is pretty much completely full. The other one still has a lot of space left. I think he's filling that. He also has tattoos on his legs. And I don't have any tattoos anywhere. Or you don't have tattoos either. I'm not against them, and when I stare at tattoos, it's like I'm just looking at what they... You know, just what they had. Not as a, oh, he must be a delinquent. No, that's nonsense. But just, hey, a tattoo tells a story, and I'm just interested in what that person likes. And I appreciate the art that's being done. But myself, I don't want to get a tattoo because I'm too scared of getting something... You know, tattoos are permanent. And I don't know anything I want to have permanently like this on my body, where I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it in 10 years. That's why I prefer getting my nails done every month, because that is... Yeah, it's like I can change the design every month. It's not permanent. And when I feel like 1 month I feel like something more fruity, then I get a fruity design. Then 1 month something more abstract, then I get an abstract design. Sometimes I have Pokemon themed nails. That's neat. But tattoo wise, like, what would I get tattooed? There's many things that I like, but a tattoo? And then where? And then not too much of a fan of that needle going into my skin. Yeah. So for now, that's not an option. When you were young, were you bullied more by girls or boys? Both. When I was in elementary or primary school, it was more boys and it was more physical. And in high school, it was more psychological by girls. So unfortunately, I witnessed both of these toxic aspects, toxic sides of both genders. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Goodbye and have fun. Remember, you see blood, you know what to do. Better call Avid. Alright, Avid, thank you so much for being part of the stream, and hopefully see you next time. That either is gonna be on Sunday or... Well, hopefully Sunday, if not then Monday. And until then, have a good one, goodbye, good night, and do not let the bedbugs bite, and oh yeah, sleep tight. My girlfriend said if I get a tattoo, she wants me to get something to color in. Oh yeah, there's a law now in Europe, there's certain colors that aren't allowed anymore in tattoos. Probably a fighter jet. Like a whole fighter jet on your back. The F-16 has similar shape to the crucifix, so I might get like a decent sized one of those on my back. Or private property sign. A private property sign. To be fair, I have to say, you know, all of these, these obscene tattoos I'm not really a fan of. I mean, if you want to get one, then sure. But if one's in a sauna, you know, in Europe, in saunas you get naked. And I mean, if you don't feel like doing that in front of the opposite gender, you can always pick a gender only day. For example, there's women's days where there's only women. And I've seen some women having tattoos above, you know, their genitalia, where it says love cave or something along that line, with a sign that was like, I mean, hey, if you want that, sure. It is kind of trashy though, but I guess your body, your choice. None of my business. I wouldn't get that though. I don't know. My brother also knows some people who have gotten tattoos while drunk and then they regretted it. That's not really that good. I feel like Europe bullying is more barbaric than North American bullying. Is that wrong? I have no idea. I've never been bullied in the US. I'd have to exchange experiences. I would maybe say that American bullying would be more extreme because America tends to have more like poor neighborhoods where things like that unfortunately happen. At the very least happen more often. But I could be wrong though. Succubus marks. Okay, I need to Google that. I mean, I know what a succubus is, but succubus marks? I know, I'll get some sort of back tattoo. Did you hear that thing about your body, my choice? Yes, I've heard about it, and it's really terrible. I mean, I've heard of consent. But the funny thing is, he got doxxed. I mean, the guy who said that, Nick Fuentes, he got doxxed, and what does he do? He goes to his mom, you know, a woman, because he enraged women. He goes to another woman for help. That is kind of, oh well. I don't like this timeline that we're living in. It's really out there. Parody is dead. I'm telling you. And I really want a shiny Whiscash before I end the stream. Please, game, be good. Have you seen Silent Voice? The bullying in that movie made me uncomfortable. No, I have not seen Silent Voice. Do you recommend it? Alright. Floroma Town is also a mood. Just in general, you know, music. Especially with that rain effect, I do like that. I think it's very comfy. Do you have a little sympathy for Nick, or is it rock bottom, no sympathy? Oh no, for no sympathy for fascists. I mean, that is just really freaking stupid. And I mean, just him saying, oh, your body, my choice, it's like, that has very evil and messed up connotations. Why should I have sympathy for something so vile? And that's not just because not because he's a man and he's saying that, it's just any gender saying that is just wrong. Like, their body, their choice, that's it. Doesn't matter if it's a man, doesn't matter if it's a woman. That's just a very important boundary, and it's really sad seeing people just not respecting that. Or just parroting points that make it so that people think it's not important. It's very important though. And I don't feel any sympathy for him being under fire recently. I mean, come on. Silent Voice is very good, but only watch it if you have a strong emotional mind. It's an anime. Alright. Thank you for the recommendation, Max Power. I'll definitely look into that. Probably gonna get some scripture on my back describing something. But then when it stretches, it's gonna be blurry. Yeah, a lot of people say, or they keep saying that if you get old, and the skin sags, then apparently the tattoo looks bad. But I've seen some old people with tattoos and they looked really good. I think there's definitely some tattoo designs that age much better than others. Hidden Exiled Revenger, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Unfortunately, this is pretty much we're pretty much at the end of the stream. It's an anime movie. Ah, okay. I mean, I've written it down. I'm pretty certain that if I Google it, I'm gonna find it pretty quick. Gonna get love hearts and bite marks and whatever else girls like on my back. Oh, are you not 18 now? But oh well. Oh, the topics that we discuss here. Oh, Twin Leaf Town music. I'm okay just chilling at the moment. Ah, that's neat. Till now I found 3 shiny barboaches, but I'm looking for the Whiscash. Doesn't look like... Well, let's see if it appears now. Oh, you turned 16. Alright. You're super young. Yeah, we got some younger ones here as well. Technically, I'm of legal age in Britain now. Yeah, you can give consent, but if like someone approached you who was like 30 years old or 25 years old, around that, and wanted to get into a relationship with you, I would definitely raise alarms, because that would be grooming. Alright, so we did get 3 shinies tonight. Not a shiny Whiscash, but oh well. Then next Wild Wednesday is gonna be the same choice. Either shiny Tentacruel or shiny Whiscash. And as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. Remember that unfortunately I will not be able to stream this weekend. I will be in the Netherlands for a wonderful, awesome hardstyle concert or festival called Climax, pronounced or spelled, no, not pronounced, spelled Q-L-I-M-A-X, and that is gonna be the last one, which is unfortunate, but I really wanna have and enjoy it one last time. So I do hope that once I drive back on Sunday that I'll be awake enough to stream. If not, then the next stream will be on Monday. And until then, again, thank you so much for being part of the stream, and see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.